It all began on a sunny Saturday morning, the perfect day for launching my houseboat onto the peaceful waters of Lake Greenwood. After months of hard work, I finally finished customizing this floating masterpiece. A self-sufficient, eco-friendly sanctuary complete with solar panels, a small garden, and a cozy deck perfect for weekend getaways. The lake was calm, the water shimmering in the sun, and I was eager to enjoy my new floating home. Little did I know the Homeowners Association, HOA, was already gearing up for a showdown. The HOA had always had an uneasy relationship with me. I'd been the outsider in their gated community for years, living on my houseboat anchored just off the shore, refusing to conform to their cookie-cutter rules and regulations. They called me eccentric, a troublemaker, and a nuisance. But I was happy as I was, and I loved my freedom on the water. That morning, just as I was lowering the boat into the lake and preparing to cast off, I noticed Karen, the HOA's self-appointed enforcer, storming down the dock with her phone in hand, looking furious. "Are you seriously launching that thing here? It's not allowed," she snapped. Ignoring her, I proceeded to power up the boat's engine, the motor humming softly beneath me. Karen, undeterred, pulled out her phone and dialed 911. I overheard her telling the dispatcher about an unauthorized vessel on the lake, a potential safety hazard, and illegal docking near the shore. I shook my head with a smile. If she thought calling the cops would stop me, she had another thing coming. Within 10 minutes, a patrol boat from the local sheriff's office arrived at the dock. Officers approached cautiously, ready to enforce whatever rules Karen had reported. I greeted them warmly and explained everything. The boat was my property, the lake was open to residents, and I was fully compliant with all local and state boating regulations. I even showed them my boating permits, registration, and insurance. The officers nodded and agreed there was no violation. They told Karen as much, politely but firmly. Karen's face turned red, her protestations falling flat. But then I made an offer. I told Karen and the HOA board representatives on shore that if the community wanted to enjoy the lake fully, they'd need a proper docking area, and I had just the place. I offered them a stretch of my private dock with plenty of space for their boats, complete with electrical hookups, security cameras, and a well-maintained waiting area. Within days, the HOA was begging for docking rights on my houseboat's private dock. Karen, humbled and a bit embarrassed, showed up with her committee to negotiate terms. The negotiations went smoothly, and I secured a fair contract granting HOA residents access to a secure, convenient docking facility, something they'd lacked for years. Since then, the HOA and I have maintained a surprisingly friendly relationship. The houseboat remains my sanctuary, and the dock serves the entire community. Sometimes I even invite Karen over for coffee on the deck. Though she never admits it, I think she's come to appreciate the view. Stand your ground, know your rights, and sometimes a little generosity goes a long way.